Okay, ladies, we are recording. Miss Tamara.
Okay. All right. Today we're here to face the facts about our skincare. And I'm excited to have a special guest on with us tonight. She's a good friend of mine and a great esthetician. I'd like to introduce you to Timberly Williams. Could you advance the screen, please? I'm going to tell you a little bit about Timberly. As you see her beautiful smile on here, and you know how technology does. You got
Yeah,
to get
that's exactly what
into this kind of.
it's doing. So make sure I reshare that. Are you serious? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Of
Do you?
course. Have fun. All right. We'll just leave it there. All right.
Okay. All right. You know how technology is. This is a little bit about our beautiful presenter. Timberly is the founder of TRW Aesthetics. She's a creator, visionary, licensed esthetician, and a professional makeup artist licensed by the state of Texas Board of Cosmetology, central to Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. Timberly, I'm excited to have you here tonight. I'm excited for you to share the knowledge that you have with us and take it away.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tamar. And thank you, Barbara, both for inviting me out. Tonight, I'm just excited because skincare is very passionate to me. Of course, being an esthetician, one of the things people always ask me is, oh my God, your skin is so nice. And it's like, no, hasn't always been. And so that's one of the reasons I have this Teen Timberly picture I asked to present, because it's important for you to see that skincare is not something that just happens overnight. It's something that is a progression. You have to work at it. So of course, teenage years, I had acne, and was always trying to figure it out and wasn't sure what it was. And so, as you get older, you learn the difference of what it means to take care of your skin. So of course, teenagers are full of sugar, eating everything that just does not agree with their skin, and even with their bodies. And so I think it's really important to realize that when you have a teenager, it's never too, I should say, it's never too young, or you're never too, it's never too early to start caring for your body, because what goes on inside the body definitely reflects what goes on the skin. So I would like to move forward so you can just kind of see what's affecting your skin. One of the things, and is in that picture, I didn't have much makeup, but when I was a teenager, I tried to cover my skin with makeup. And that's because you see it on everyone. I mean, you look at the TV, you see people with all these different cosmetics, but then you realize that it's just trying to cover it, and it doesn't really help it. And so our skin naturally tries to detoxify itself. Um, I tell people every time I'm talking to anyone, I remind them that our skin was created, our bodies, let me not say skin. Our bodies was created to heal itself. So it goes through a process of detoxifying. It goes through a process of whatever is going on with us. So you see emotional imbalancing, everything that's going on, our skin tells the story. So don't think that, oh, you can cover it up. You can try, but it doesn't do a great job at covering it. But one of the things I remind people is everything that you put inside your skin or inside your body definitely reflects. So whether or not you're drinking enough water, whatever you're eating, I tell clients all the time, what is it that you're doing? I want to talk to them first before we start just doing a facial. Let's find out what you do on a day-to-day basis. What are you eating? And I hear people say, oh, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, ooh, but it does. And I had the opportunity one day to actually talk with the client. And lo and behold, I was going to go grab some lunch. And she said, right, I'll take you. And I was like, no, it's no big deal. I'll just take my, I'll ride, I'll walk over. Because the location I was in, I didn't have my car at the time. But long story short, she opened the car door and I was just like, okay, here we go. Now I get to see what's going on. Now I get to see why your skin is doing what it's doing. So you can tell me, yes, I'm drinking enough water. Yes, I'm eating the right things. But then if I see day old sugar from a donut pack that you grabbed that morning, you know, I'm not here to judge anyone. I love donuts. I love ice cream. I like the sugar. But I've realized that it does not love me back. So when we're thinking of our diet, things that's going on in the environment, all of those things make a huge difference in how your skin is going to respond. And I tell clients all the time when they tell me I'm using my product, and I'll say, but what did you eat this week? Like, let's go back and track what you did, because 9 times out of 10, we can figure it out about what you had to eat. And a lot of people don't want to admit that, but it's very true. Um, Also, with all the different changes, we just like, I know in Texas, we have had weather, like really extreme weather, right? We had a snowstorm in February. Who has not been affected by COVID, right? COVID has been like, everybody's in the house. So we're not really getting what vitamin D from the sun where we can just, get all of that inside. We're not getting it. 9 times out of 10, people aren't really drinking the water they need to be drinking because they're sitting in the house. They're not getting the activity that they need. And so even indoors, whether the heat is so extreme or whether it's so cold, like you put the air conditioner on, because I love keeping the air on. I don't like to be hot. But that it makes a difference in your skin because your skin can get dehydrated. So one of the things I remind clients is, yeah, you may be drinking your water. Yeah, you may be trying to eat right. But guess what? You're going to be missing it somewhere because the environment will suck things out of you. So I love to remind people to cleanse your skin at night, because once you have everything going on all day long, and most people go and take a shower and forget to clean their skin, clean their face. When you do that, keep in mind you're going to go to sleep with all of the debris, all of the stuff that, so just imagine someone talking to you. You're outside, and then what they're speaking is coming across, and then you have the air, not to mention if there's pollen out. All of that stuff is going on your skin, and it really can absorb if you're not cleansing it. So please, if you remember nothing else, please cleanse your skin at night before you go to bed, because the environment, you'll wear it easily. So, and that just, look at how on this slide here, look at the different things that's going on in our environment. It's so toxic. As much as we would love to say things are getting better, but guess what? There's different pesticides that's out there, and all that stuff is in the air. You think about when, and I don't know, in different areas, when people are doing their gardens, we want to say, and I think I want to say in the Juice Plus world, we have the Tower Garden. But if you don't have the Tower Garden and you're just, getting what you get from grocery stores, and if it's not organic, there's pesticides, um, there's everything, smog, all these different things going on. And guess what? It's showing on our skin. Think of the things, the foods that we eat, let me say it like this here. The nutritional value of what we think we eat can be off. I was one of those people who would say, oh, I don't need a supplement. No, I don't want to take a pill. I don't want, but it makes a difference when you think of the quality of the food that we're eating. The foods that are on the shelf, they have preservatives that you can't even pronounce half the time. The nutrient in it is not very healthy. It's not good for you. I mentioned pesticides earlier, artificial coloring, even the different I'll say flavor enhancers. One of the biggest things that people talk about, oh, I just squeeze this in my water. And I'm not saying it, you can't. I'm just saying you might want to pay attention to the ingredients that's in it. Um, false, and I'm gonna say false sugar because it's fake. It's not real, y'all. And it's so sad that people get caught up. And instead of just buying an organic lemon, just get a lemon, wash it, cut it, squeeze it in your water if you need it. If you need some flavor, get some good fruit and infuse your water instead of buying things that have aspartame and all those artificial colors and flavors in them that really our body is fighting because it's like, I don't recognize it. What is that? So guess what? Our body's going to go to war. It's coming after it, and it'll affect your skin. It affects everything. So I'm I'm an advocate of eating well. I have in my own personal journey right now, even changing my eating habits. And the first time I met Miss Tamar, um, I, I don't even know how we got on the topic of food. And I said to her, I'm on the go. And she's like, let me tell you about these gummies. And I was like, I don't want that. Don't tell me nothing about this. But then I listened and I was like, you know what? I do need that. I need to keep that stuff. And so I began to start using gummies because I like sweets. But guess what? Sugar don't love me back. So when I realized what the gummies were doing was was an actual whole food, it had some sweetness, but it didn't affect my body. It didn't spike my insulin. And that's something that I've had to toy with because so many people, and you hear so much about what's good for you and what's not. I had to learn to be confident in what I knew was working for me. And it's not always easy when you have friends, you got family, everybody want to tell you how this works for you, but only you know what you put in your body and what the response that your body is giving back does. So I would just admonish everyone to really look at how you're caring for your skin. Um, this slide here talks about the stress and the poor health. People, again, we say we eat well, but when all the different things in the air is totally stripping our skin. So look at how the apple, and this is a good example, how when you cut an apple, long as it's sealed, guess what? All the nutrients are in there. But as soon as you cut it and expose it to the outside air, look at what it does. And that's a prime example of what happens with our skin when we're not eating the right things, when we're not um, using proper skincare. And even proper skincare, I know people are like, I don't need to spend all that money. And you don't have to. There's so many at home DIY things that you can do. I'm a proponent of being straight from the basics. You need a good wash. And even if you can't use an actual, just say for instance, you don't have an actual cleanser. If you're using water, you're still able to cleanse the skin. But then guess what? You can add a little, I'm trying to think of something quick, but you can literally take even some sea salt, kind of move it around, put a little lotion or a little, and I'm not going to say lotion, I'll say get some sea salt and maybe get some olive oil or some avocado oil maybe, and create your own little scrub so that you can take away all of that, all of the stuff that's come onto your skin throughout the day. So if you don't want to go buy a cleanser and you're like, I'm not going to do all this, go in your kitchen and I guarantee you have something that you can clean your skin with so that you will not have to see the effects of all the different the environment just pulling away. So we should be eating healthy vegetables, things that will give us good that will help with antioxidants. But guess what? It's not going to do it by itself. It has to be the two. You can't say I'm going to take care of my skin and then you're not going to eat well. You can't say I'm eating well but then you're not cleansing your skin. The two go hand in hand. So in this slide here, it talks about synergy and phytonutrients from raw whole food sources. And that is one of the things that, again, I know a lot of people who might be really thin and they eat a candy bar and they'll grab some, snacks and sugar, and it's pure sugar. But then give them 30 minutes and they're going on a crash because it's artificial. So it's not going to do anything to help take care of your body. So you want to do a whole food, something that's going to work with your skin, with your body. You want something that's going to help work with what our body is already created to do. So with that being said, I'm going to turn this over to Ms. Barbara, unless someone has some questions. And I couldn't help but bring up Juice Plus because I actually am a user of Juice Plus. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Oh, this is so good. So good. And so I'm definitely going to ask you some more questions, follow up, because I was just forgetting all about that. I'm supposed to be wrapping this up. So love it. A lot of good nuggets and information there. So
Thank you.
I can't even put icing on. You bake the cake and you iced it. So I'm going to try to find some type of way to serve the cake. I guess that would be
Okay.
my job tonight. So you guys heard it, whole food nutrition. And this is where Juice Plus, and it's no secret, Juice Plus is not a secret. It is a bunch of whole food nutrition that we pretend like we get. I'm guilty. One of those individuals like, oh, I eat well.
Right.
A health coach. So I say, I coach myself and say, chart it, show me the data of how much you've actually consumed. And your own numbers don't lie. And so instead of me trying to prove that I don't need all of this good stuff that Juice Plus provides, you know what? I just had to step down, bow down.
Right.
He said, and look at all this nutrition that's power packed. And I'm trying here to do my best, but I have something here that's just going to close that gap and just help me do everything that I'm trying to do. And so Juice Plus is 30 whole foods. If you add the Omega blend, it gets up to 40, you all. That is a whole lot of nutrition to try to get in every single day. Every single day. That was huge for me because if you look over time, if you're on a good clean eating streak, and you can go, well, Monday, Tuesday, I ate this, and well, stretch it on out. What did you do for the last 2 weeks? The last month, the last 3 months, and that tells. I mean, that makes it shows in you not only your skin health, how you feel if you're able to get up and go. And so Juice Plus I actually have a Juice Plus story with my skin, because one of those people who just packed product on product on product, and I wasn't a horrible eater, but it was the things that I was consuming. It's just like having one poison. It only takes one. Oh, and Timberlake talked about the chemistry. It works different in everybody's body. So my food imposter and what I want to say destroyer was dairy. And I ate it for years, consumed it for years and years and years. And so when I stopped and I stopped again, you just cleaning out, but then you putting in. So putting in real food, more of the good things that cleanses your body. I could not, I mean, when people are asking you what product you use, when you're just changing your diet alone. So it was phenomenal changes, right? And so for the last couple of years, since adding Juice Plus, I've been trying to with natural regimens and some over the counter, not very many, but I've been trying to eliminate those things. But I've been trying to repair all the damage that I did from the sweets, from the dairies over and over and over again. And so you don't really know the impact of how long you're putting those things and the toxins, environmental changes, all those things that she talked about. And so the omega also blend the research study that we have with this heart, brain, joint, skin, and eyes. I can't choose on this list which one of these things that I don't want to be improved. And so with that, you want to consume as much as those omegas as possible. Juice Plus also have a low glycemic load, stabilizes blood sugars in our dairy-free, again, powder produce, plant-based. You don't have to be going plant-based. You don't have to be a vegan to consume this product, but we know that adding more, I tell individuals all the time, you do not know what you're missing till you get what you need. And so consume these products over and over again. So the magic wand of Juice Plus, I mean, you can literally go to your produce section and buy everything that is contained in Juice Plus and try to consume it every single day. Okay. Is it impossible? No, it's not. Can we do it? Yes, we can. How long can we do it? That is very hard to determine. Just depend on what's on the line. If you're betting, you can stretch it out, but it's the consistency. The power of Juice Plus is not only in what it is, but how easy it makes families and healthcare providers and children, expecting mothers, everyone to just bridge that gap in their nutrition every single day. And that is the power that Juice Plus has. And of course, Tower Garden. Just say, well, I don't want to take any pills. If you have some mindset about maybe and you just need to learn more about what Juice Plus is, grow your own. This is a company that has been committed to getting whole food nutrition into every single human and animals. Some people actually give animal supplements from Juice Plus. Okay. But they're committed to that. Grow it, consume it. How easy is that? It's very easy, very consumable. And if you want to really understand what really locked me in, most of the things that we ingest or consume, it's not a lick, if I can use that old country term, it's not a lick of science behind it. It's not a lick of research. And before Juice, I never even thought about, should a product be researched? I mean, I didn't know the power that someone actually proved that something that I'm consuming, and I was on GNC multivitamins for years, in and out. No research on it. It's just whatever colorful bottle, or if you had someone with a very nice physique that was advertising, I was like, okay, I kind of want to look like that. Let me take that. You take that for a while. You might feel something for 2 days and then it goes down. When you use it up or push it to the back of the shelf, you go back at something else, right? There's nothing like real food going into your body to do what God intended for it to do. And I want to just make mention here quickly, cardiovascular disease. This is what our research covers. Inflammation, quality of life, cholesterol, supports healthy cholesterol and triglyceride. Love all of that. Healthy lung function. If you're a recovering smoker or you're around smoke or work in industries where all of that, again, going toxic to your skin and in your lungs, Juice Plus research covers that. And healthy skin. I don't know what product, and I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but that has a research study that it improves skin. All right. And we'll show here shortly about the summary of that study, but that is huge. Helps maintain healthy DNA, oxidative stress, and it absorbs in the body. A lot of times we're putting a lot of things in our bodies and it's not absorbed because our diet is poor. So we're just kind of dumping supplements or some tea on top of something on some top. And because our diet is really poor and doesn't have, the synergy, you saw that slide earlier. The synergy of whole food helps the next nutrient absorbs in your body better. And so when you consume something else, it helps it reach at the cellular level. And so that's what Juice Plus does, because it's providing you with so many, all the nutrients, all the vitamin D, everything that you're trying to absorb, it just goes and it absorbs even better. All right. And I just want to really pause and take time. This doctor that has been a really soldier for the Juice Plus company at the bottom, Dr. Richard Du Bois, we actually just lost him on yesterday. And so I do want to mention that he has given so much to nutrition and education, and to the Juice Plus company. But he said it, Dr. Du Bois, and he was just such a lovable gentleman who you could touch and just sit there for hours and talk with him, talk your way through nutrition. I don't want to, but I just do want to mention that. But he said here, there is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has proven to do. And that is a powerful statement. If you make that type of statement as a physician, you have to be willing to stand behind it. And so we appreciate him and all the work that he's done. And I just want to quickly show that what our research study covers on skin health. Proper circulation is important for healthy skin, ensuring the delivery of nutrients, we just talked about that, and oxygen to skin tissues, giving it a healthy glow. Juice Plus increases skin microcirculation by 39%. I know that might be way over your head, but anytime I see something is increasing and dealing with skin, I'm going to say, okay, I want that, right? And then you can kind of figure out what that actually means later. But also Juice Plus boost skin hydration. I know Timley is like, she deals with hydration and she sees that a whole lot in her clients. Skin thickness, we're talking about aging, and also the skin density. So that's very, very, very exciting. All right. And so last slide, but not least, cross-check amounts matters. The amount of food, and that's both good and bad. If your toxic foods is outweighing your bad, it matters. What you do every day matters more than what you do every once in a while. And I want to leave that with you so that you can do a self-analysis about how your environment, how you're treating your skin, how often, and then call Timberly to help bail you out. So at this time, I'm going to ask Timberly to unmute, and everybody can unmute, and we're just going to see if there are any questions on the floor for Timberly. Hi, Shamika. Hi, Angela.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Mika, do you have any questions for Timberly? She did such an amazing job. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
No, I came in on the last end, and I remember Tamara telling me about a month ago about her because I was looking for something, and I was going to be doing. Let me mute my TV. I'm sorry, y'all. I was on mute. Hold on 1 second. Mute my TV.
Okay.
1 second. Hold on. I was looking for, what is it called? Laser treatment. I was going to get that done on my skin. I think that's what it's called. But because I have gray hairs now growing on my face, I can't get it done. So they can't detect it. And so Tamara was telling me about you, and I never got around to calling you, but
Okay.
and
So
I should have been here.
Laser treatment? You said laser?
Yeah, I was going to go to Ideal Image and do the I'm thinking it was laser treatment.
Electrolysis, yeah.
Electrolysis, yes. But they really couldn't help me because I have, gray hairs going now.
Right.
And I've been searching for someone that is specialized in African American skin, and I've been using Omega Blend, and my skin has gotten better. But I mean, because I grow hair on my face, it's kind of like, that's the problem for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and are you in the Memphis area?
Yeah. I'm in Memphis.
Okay. Well, I'll be back in June. I will be in Memphis, so I would love to meet with you and talk with you. But definitely taking the omegas will help as far as like the hydration of the skin, things like that. The hair growth on the other side is something that hormonally there's nothing that we found that will stop it at this point. However, if you're doing and I do waxing and I do some tweezing, but when it's shown that like after you've started to wax after so long, that the hair growth will slow the process or it will actually thin it. So it'll make the follicle a little bit softer. A lot of people try to shave. When you're shaving, it's just cutting the hair at the base versus actually removing it from the root, which is what waxing or sugaring would do. So, Shamika, I would love to meet with you when I come to Memphis in June. I know I don't know anyone out there personally that does the work that I've been doing, but I would love to meet with you when I come.
Okay, most definitely. I have the information in my inbox. What's the Facebook page? I think in my inbox. So
Okay.
send you my
Shamika, that
information.
Timberly is who I was trying to connect you with.
Right. I recognize the name and I remember. So I have her information in my inbox. But yes, I will most definitely get with you for June.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
And-
hi, I apologize. I've been walking. So I missed your presentation, so I do apologize. But maybe I'll get to hear you another time.
I have
And hi, Barbara. Hi, Tamir. Hi, Shamika.
I do have it recorded. I do have one question for you, Tim.
Okay.
So I'm looking at my notes here.
Okay.
Why did Juice Plus make sense to you as an esthetician?
One is because I personally was dealing with inflammation as well as some dehydration. And most people, I don't like, I guess I could put, you know, a 75%, but I have not, I can't say I've done that research, but I can say I have at least 75% of my clients whose skin is dehydrated. And a lot of that happens because they're just not eating right. And as much as we say we're eating the right things, like you said earlier, that we drink enough water, the foods that we buy out of the stores just doesn't have the nutrient that we need. And that was the big thing for me. When I looked at the research, I looked at what what the whole food was actually offering, and it wasn't a actual supplement. It's actually the whole food. And I was like, ooh, that does make sense. Just like you were saying earlier, it works with its synergy. It helps your body to absorb the nutrients that's needed. And a lot of people are eating things, but the nutrients aren't there. And so that's what made me. And then because I travel and I want to get something to eat, and I'm like, oh, can't get that. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. I talk about how my blood sugar, when it spikes, my body turns really red. You can see it. And I was just like, I can't eat just any old bar. I can't grab one thing and eat it. And then next thing you know, my skin is telling on itself. So you can tell whatever I've done, it'll show. And one of the things I was going to say about the complete, I was like, oh, I don't do shakes. I don't use those. That is probably my favorite thing that I have. I've been making the little, cause I like sweets, but I actually made the no bake cookie with my complete and the honey, and it just really works. I was like, oh, okay, let me stop being ugly. This is good.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It really works.
Yeah, that was cocking me about 12 years ago. Oh, I don't guess I drink. I mean, I eat very well and I do this. I had this long list of things that I do so well.
Right.
And tried Juice Plus and have taken it. And I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of exposed here.
Yeah.
I'm not eating as and I used to be so tired after workouts. I'm one of those people that actually enjoy working out, but I used to just be so tired. And I was like, we really don't supposed to be that tired. But because I wasn't putting enough nutrients, athletes need more.
Right.
So it was showing in my skin, and you can't put on enough makeup to hide.
You can't.
You can't. It just yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people, and one of the key things that you can tell about your skin, when your skin is flaky, and a lot of people's like, well, I don't use anything because it's flaky, but it's oily, or they'll say it's flaky and it's dry. When your skin is flaky and it's still producing the oil, it's probably dehydrated because you're not putting enough moisture, or your body isn't absorbing enough moisture. So just like you just saw on the slide about the omegas, it helps to hydrate the skin from the inside out. So when you are putting the right nutrients in, the water that you're drinking is going to actually help versus you just going to the bathroom. It's going to fill you. So it makes a difference.
Wow. Okay. And so out of some of your clients, and I hope they'll be willing to share, but that you've told them about their nutrition and they've actually made changes according to your recommendation. Have you seen a transformation in their skin health, and what was that like?
It's amazing. I see it all the time when they listen and they actually do it. They don't have to see me, every 2 weeks. They can see me once a month, because typically you can get a facial once a month. The purpose of coming to me is because when I'm cleansing, using steam, or doing extractions, things like that, we go a little bit deeper than what you'll do daily on your skin. But when you're doing the at home makes big of a difference, because if you come to me once a month and you're not doing anything at home, it's not really helping. It's like I can do it. It's just like going to a surgeon and then not doing what he's asked you to do to heal. You're gonna keep having to go back.
Wow.
So yeah.
So what about, I know I invited some teen moms who are not on the call, and I would usually have at least one of my girls on, but they were out. But what would be if you had to give some strong recommendations to some teen, not even just girls, we see a lot of acne and things going on in boys. And I see a lot of infomercials that they actually use the teens, and they're talking about, see, I don't want to call any product names, but I'm like, what would be your recommendation for them, or to the moms, or even to a teen, if the teen was watching this? What would you?
Start cleaning their skin at night before you go to bed. I know it's hard. I know a lot of people say, oh, I shower in the morning. Wash your face at night before you go to sleep. Clean your sheets. It makes a difference. Cleansing and then moisturizing. Those two things, and doing it before you go to bed, because that way, when you give your body something to work with, it makes it that much easier, versus when all of that debris that's on your skin when you're getting ready to go to bed. I said earlier, our bodies were created to heal itself. So at night is when all of that takes place. That's why we need sleep, right? So when our bodies are at night, when we're sleeping, it's repairing cells and it's trying to go in and repair things. It's like, what is that up there? And you got all this dirt. It's like, oh, go attack it, go get it. Because it's an invader. It's coming after. You got to go get it off of there. It's like, it's going to hurt us. The body's trying to protect itself. So here you go. When I was a teenager, I wasn't washing my face at night. But when I learned how to take care of my skin, it changed. And again, there are some times where there may be something that may, you may need a little bit more. Some people have done so much to their skin that you do have to take it a little step further. But honestly, when you do some good basic skincare, it'll make a difference. So I tell all teens to clean at night and moisturize. Don't be afraid to moisturize your skin.
And do you offer, because we're definitely going to have to share your information, we'll share it when we share the video with your permission.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you offer education? I know that costs. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Teens, because we're thinking about getting some more teens, maybe just a segment for teens, because I know they're spending a lot of money, and just a lot of education would be really helpful if we get them.
Definitely. That is a passion of mine. I do it's prom season now. I know in Texas it is. I have prom girls, and one of the things I always remind them, don't wait. Start now. You know, when you come and get I used to see girls come and get their makeup done on Friday when I worked in a department store. And then they would come in on Saturday. And I'm like, did you sleep in that? Like, what is on your face? And they were like, Miss Kimberly, no. I'm like, no, that's not good. And they're like, I just needed to save my face. I was like, you're not saving your face. You're harming your face. But I mean, kids will be kids. But I'm like, no, wash your face at night. Cleanse it so your body can heal properly.
Is there anything such thing as too much makeup? I mean, for any age, or do you have a recommendation where, because
Anytime,
I don't mean
anytime,
it asking that, but
anytime I can put my finger right here and do this, and I come away with a stick of stuff on my finger, that's too much makeup.
okay.
You should not be touching your skin and then touching something and it's all over your paperwork.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I said it. Yes, I did.
Because you are a makeup artist, right?
I am, and I love makeup, y'all. I think it's beautiful, but it is made to enhance. When you take it off, I had a client just today, her husband was telling me about their anniversary and how excited, because he loves when he says enhances herself. He thinks she's beautiful, but he likes to see her enhanced. When he's like he said, when she take it off, I want to still know that's my wife. When she put it on, I want to still know that's her.
Right.
We hear it all the time. When you take it off, you should still look like who you are.
And how early should a teenager start? I know I have teens, right?
Okay, that's
None of
good.
my girls really like makeup except for my baby girl, which is 12. Surprise.
Yeah. But that's because it's fun and they see it and they think, ooh, I can do it. But when you learn how to do it correctly, there's nothing wrong with it. Makeup should be fun. I tell people all the time, it's makeup. It's made to go on and take off. Now, of course, nowadays you see so many people doing like permanent makeup and things like that. I'm not a proponent of it because, again, that's not who we are. We're not supposed to have all of that on every day, all day long. But
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think, and honestly, teens, usually I'll say start with mascara, do a little mascara. You can, keep your brows done, keep them looking, nice and neat. Because there's nothing like a young lady going to school and they feel like they have a unibrow, or they feel like their brows are not, because you can clean your brows, wear a good mascara, and you look like you have on makeup for real.
I believe that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
LaKenya, I see my sister-in-law join the chat. You got any questions for Timberly?
Hey, everybody.
I'm
trying to multitask, but I do actually have a question. Do you recommend chemical peels?
Long as you're getting them done by a licensed esthetician, I'm sure you can. There's nothing wrong with them. Okay. I definitely would say, make sure you're getting a consultation first to make sure what's going on with your skin. But chemical peels can be nice. They can be good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay. But this has been so good. I can ask you questions all night. I love skincare. But definitely, I'm going to share your number. And do you want to just send out your
Well, if you want to reach me, phone number, well, let's go here. Everything trwaesthetics.com. You can definitely go to my website. So it's trwaesthetics.com. My phone number to reach me directly is 469-824-3687. Again, 469-824-3687. Instagram is TRW Aesthetics. And on Facebook, it's Timberly Williams Aesthetics.
Yay. So the person who invited you, if you want more information about adding nutrition to help your skin, of course. And when Timberly comes back to town, we're definitely, we better know about it, right? Because she has some.
I'm actually, Yeah, I'll be there June. I'm thinking it's going to be the 4th weekend instead of the 3rd weekend. Normally, I try to come the 3rd weekend of the month that I come, but I'm trying to iron some things out here. But definitely, I'll be there June, and I'll let y'all know.
And we will post it.
Thank
And
you.
you'll probably have a hard time getting back to Texas. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. It has been a treat, and we will see you all at the next show. Thanks, Timberly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you both.
Y'all have a good night.
All
All right,
right.
bye-bye. You all have a good evening.
Thank you.